welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm Rebecca Felgate, and today we're going to be celebrating individuality as we discuss the top 10 craziest birthmarks. Some people are very worried about physical differences, but the people on this list seem to own what makes them unique, and I'm so inspired by them. Individuality forever. So let's do this. So guys, before we jump into this video, I just want to give you a chance to jump on into our merch store. You can buy Most Amazing clothes at mostamazingshop.com. See you there. Coming into number 10, we have a heart-shaped birthmark. Sinan Engin from Turkey was born with a unique heart-shaped birthmark on his forehead. His parents have said that locals call him Love Baby, and he's regularly posed with for selfies. They even said the nurses in the delivery room wanted to have a photo with their newborn baby. There's an exceptionally cute picture of Sinan wearing a Christmas hat that is so gorgeous. I love it. I hope he grows up to love that heart-shaped birthmark. Coming into number 9, we have a hair birthmark. 8-year-old An Kui from the Jilin province in China has a very unique birthmark covering the right side of his face. The dark birthmark has hair growing on it too, making it blend in with his other head hair. Sadly, An Kui has admitted that many of his fellow school pupils laugh at him and call him names because of his birthmark. He has been offered free treatment at a local plastic surgery hospital, which is great for him if that's what he wants. Coming into number 8, we have an eyeball birthmark. Instagram model and small YouTuber Sonia Leslie has a distinctive eyeball birthmark. The blue-eyed beauty has a grey-blue birthmark in her eye, which makes her iris look bigger. It makes her eye kind of look like it's spilling out a bit. I think it's personally really beautiful and unique, but the 22-year-old has become frustrated with critics who have asked her what is wrong with her. She said she finds it rude when people ask her about it and that some people should mind their own business. Models are usually unique looking, so I think this only enhances her appeal. Coming in at number 7, we have a half-mask birthmark. 24-year-old Brazilian fashion designer and model Mariana Mendes has a birthmark covering the top of her nose and around her right eye. She seems to care very little for the trolls trying to bring her down. Instead, she's flaunting and celebrating her distinctive feature. She has said, "I feel more beautiful and totally different from other people because I have the mark." Good on her. Coming into number 6, we have polka dot birthmarks. Matilda Callahan has a rare polka dot purple and red birthmark that covers her face. The dots are actually a result of bruising that came from trying to have the birthmark reduced to stop it spreading. Sadly, she also has a birthmark on her brain which causes her both learning difficulties and epilepsy. She needs treatments on her birthmark every 2 months for the next 15 years. The family have a GoFundMe page to help cover some of the costs of Megan's treatments. So as we are at the halfway point of this video, I really wanted to throw something fun in for number 5. We have this cute puppy birthmark. This young 18th century artiste impersonator seems to be sporting a rather spiffing moustache. Birthmarks on animals are pretty normal and very celebrated, whereas they're a lot rarer on humans, making them stand out. However, this puppy has a very unique coat marking, a perfect handlebar moustache. I think he is a fancy fellow. All he needs now is a monocle and a top hat and maybe like a little cane. Back to usual scheduling at number 4, we have a red nose birthmark. So many media outlets have drawn reference to Rudolph that it seems silly not to mention it. This beautiful little baby Connie Lloyd was born with a red nose, a bit like a clown's nose. At the time of her birth in 2008, her family were told there was no cure for the benign tumour growing on her nose. However, a couple of years later, a surgeon was located who could help her out. Now he removed the mark, leaving her with just a scar instead of a full-on red nose. Truly incredible. At number 3, we have this map birthmark. There is a trend amongst some people with birthmarks to, rather than hide their marks, celebrate them by highlighting them with tattoos or inkings. Reddit user Menenon, an engineer, decided to outline his island-like marks with pen and posted the images to the popular social media site. He said he was considering getting the marks permanently tattooed around. He has also said that he often likens his birthmarks to a map of Middle-earth from Lord of the Rings. An inspiring story at number 2 from a boy with a turtle shell birthmark. Colombian child Didier Montalvo was born with a very rare birthmark. This was a mole that took over 20% of his body. The birthmark looked like a giant tortoiseshell and led cruel children to call him Turtle Boy. Didier had surgery to remove the birth defect, which doctors likened to carrying a sack of potatoes on his back. Since the growth was removed, he's been able to resume a more normal life, but will always have scars over his body from the surgery. Finally, at number 1, we have a full body birthmark worn with full body confidence. 21-year-old Sierra Swaringen is an inspiration to us all. Covered from head to toe in birthmarks, including moles, she has refused to be cowed by bullies. The marks cover 2/3 of her body, yet she wears them with pride. She said that when she was a teenager, boys would say things like, "You look like you're dirty, you need a wash," which is horrible. Sierra said in an interview that over time she learned to brush off negative comments. She said her mum even calls her birthmarks angel kisses. Sierra said that she is really glad that she went public with her condition because it's helped other people who have similar issues. Good on you, Sierra, I think you look amazing. So that was the top 10 craziest birthmarks. I truly think that there's something to be proud of and they make people individuals. I actually have a big scar that I used to be scared to show off, but these days I'm just happy to display it because it makes me who I am. Like, good. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode of Most Amazing Top 10. I'm Rebecca Felgate. If you liked this video and you found it interesting, make sure you give it a good thumbs up, share it with a friend, and stay subscribed for more daily lists. I'll see you next time.